And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, I'm very thankful for a lot of things. But we're going to start off the show a little early, that we're going to drill down in and get into what is going on in crypto. But, we've got to keep ourselves mentally right, because it doesn't matter how much money you get. You can be all fucked up mentally and be broke like in a year after that. So this show is about crypto, cold plunging, making you disgustingly, hideously rich. And there's other important aspects of my program, because one day we're all going to be rich. We're not here just fucking around for nothing. Talking about how awesome my little toys to my show are, like Chucky. Hold on a second. Let me get this thing going. There we go. Thanksgiving Day special. Hold on.
It's showtime. I'll be back. I always come back.
Okay. Crypto Hulk, what the hell? Oh my God. Along the road to a fucked up journey, you've got to have reasons to laugh. So let's start off the show. It is Thanksgiving Day. I'm thankful I got this program. I'm thankful for the parents that I had all through childhood. I'm thankful for the skills, the knowledge, skill, and ability that I knew at a younger age. I could do certain things. I'm not going to name off, but there's certain things that I did. I'm like, whoa. I'm thankful for the relationships that I've had, good and bad, throughout my whole life, because that made me who I am now, how I decided to deal with circumstances. Yeah, some shit was really fucked up in my life. A lot of it was the decisions that I made. But now I made some fucked up decisions 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 times. Then eventually I learned. But all that made me who I am today. I've always pushed myself super hard. I've always tried. I joined the Army at 39. That was kind of the last of the most challenging things. I've always lived a life where I pushed and done this and tried this. And finally at 39, I said, I got one last chance at this, because you only go around once. And, oh, damn. Joe money, great news, and some drug money. Oh, man. Zoltar, Chucky, we're buying heroin after the show. Joe money, go ahead and contact me. If you're paid up, contact me on my Twitter at CryptoHulk19 or on my Instagram, and show me your screenshots of your payment. I think you paid $100 or $200 before, but contact me there and we'll get you started here. But I wanted to start the show off again with being thankful. Oh shit, that's pretty much paid up. Good heavens. Well, welcome to the show. I'm going to do my best, as I do my best on every program, whether a paying customer or not. I also, in my life, and I'll tell you what, when I worked in probation parole, I knew a lot of these guys and sometimes gals, but mainly 95% were men. I would do my absolute best to help these people stay out of trouble as best that I could through motivating them and all these different things. And I wanted them to be successful. I took pride in each probationer that came to me. I took great pride that let me do my best to help this person change, to fight for themselves, to want the best for their future. And they knew, even when I worked in prisons and stuff, these inmates, nobody was fucking with me. The brand new people off the street, yeah, until they realized this dude's here to help you. Oh, I would call probation officers and stuff, say, hey, this inmate here for the past 2 weeks is trying to call you. So why do I have to call you to have you do your job? Oh, I do shit like that. And I'd fight for the inmate like that. But then I'd also sometimes call a judge and not in these words, but say, this motherfucker's not learning. Send him to a higher level of supervision. Oh, shit. So I would do that kind of stuff. But being thankful, I'm thankful that I wasn't born from a monkey. I'm thankful that 2 million years ago when two monkeys were fucking, I'm not the result of it. I'm thankful that for some reason there's a God that cares about me for some reason, which I have no reason why. I'm thankful for I got to live in pretty decent neighborhoods most of my life. Had the ability to work, and I would work as hard as I could, and I'd find the best way to achieve things. I'm thankful, lastly, just so I can teach people, because you know what? In this world, it's really shitty. And nobody really wants to help each other. So what I'm trying to do on my program for 5.5 years is offer a show like right now to where I can use my whole life of experience and my ability to find information so I can teach you so that you can then help somebody else. And then maybe they can help somebody. See how this works? So I'm trying to do how unfucked up. I'm trying to unfuck the planet. So I'm trying my best to show you how to get this millions of dollars. And then later when you get rich, please help out. Try to find people to help. That's what I'm saying. Like for the past 5.5 years, I have done my best to try to find information. And I get better every year because it's not like I'm satisfied. I'm always trying to find that next connection, that next thing that's hidden, that next bit where you can make some money while we're on a journey to make the money. So happy Thanksgiving, says Ben. Let's see what we got here. I had great parents. Yeah. So, check this out. So now remember, I used to work store security. I used to catch, there's a point to this story. I'm not ranting and raving because I'm 55 years old. Not having a senior moment. Being thankful about parents. This is where this is going. So I'm in the mall yesterday, Reno. The Meadowwood Mall. Wow. Now remember, I used to be a security director at the Hilton Corporation in Oakland way back in the 2000s. After 6 months of being at Oakland, I started being trained by the guy named Bill in San Francisco. They were going to send me to Los Angeles, Anaheim, their number one hotel in the entire world, to be the assistant security director. I'm like, whoa. Now, I didn't know it at the time. I'm being trained by Bill. I'd go from Oakland to San Francisco 1-2 times a week at 6 months on the job, mind you. At first, they weren't even going to give me the job because I said I had no hotel experience. So I had to convince them to hire me. After I convinced them to hire me, I'd see Shaquille O'Neal, Janet Jackson. I'd provide security. They'd have their own security attaché, but I'd assist their people as much as they needed to. And Phil Jackson from the, I think, 76ers basketball. I've had all the people flowing through my hotel at the Hilton. And at one point, I'm asking the guy, I think his name was Mark, the owner, manager of the hotel, why am I going to San Francisco? And he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I said, why am I going to San Francisco twice a week? I don't understand. Like, and he's like, no one told you? He's looking at me. I'm like, no, that's why I'm asking you. He's like, we're going to Anaheim, our number one hotel in the world back then. And I'm like, for what? And they're like, Bill's son runs it. You're going to be the assistant. I said, I'm going to be the number 2 guy at the number 1 Hilton in the world. I'm like, oh shit, for security director? And he's like, yeah. And with your skills, I'm sure within 5 years or so, you'll be some kind of area regional director of security. I was like, oh shit. But I say that I've worked as a store detective. I've worked a lot with juveniles, crime and stuff like that, the court system. So I'm in the Reno Mall And I'm sitting there having a poke bowl. That's like sushi chunks with all kinds of good stuff in it. I'm eating a poke bowl. And a group of about 10 to 12 juveniles come in in a pack. And the way they're walking kind of towards my area, I was sitting down, it looked like they're going to do something. So I'm getting ready to fuck some people up. I don't care what age you are. Because the way they were walking kind of towards me, I since working in jails and penitentiaries and shit, like I can pick up on things like real quick. And the minute they hit the front door, I'm trying to eat and I'm watching the way they walk. I'm like, they're on a mission for something. 10 minutes later, I'm done eating. I'm walking towards Macy's and there's like there's a 20 people gang fight going on in the fucking mall. I'm like, holy shit, I fucking called it. So I called 911. Everybody else is just standing around there like there's a dick growing out of somebody's forehead. So I'm just like, no one's calling 911. What the fuck? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I just want to let you know, just in case you're interested, you got like 20 people fighting here in the mall. Nobody's calling 911. Sir, where are you at? Sir, can I have your name? And I'm like, wow, this is dumb broad. So I'm trying to break this. Then eventually I'm done with the 20. I'm not even answering the 20 questions. You get like 3 questions. That's it. If you can't figure this fucking shit out, I'm at the Meadowwood Mall inside 100 feet from Macy's, and there's a gang fight with like 20 kids. Just thought I'd let you know. And she starts asking me, well, what color clothes are they? I said, I got to go because I'm not playing this fucked up stupid game. Send the cars over or something. So, yeah. Now, the point was parents. And I was with somebody who has 2 little kids, and we were in the mall. And they were like, whoa, look at that. I said, that's a result of having fucked up parents. Because these kids grow up without rules, without love, caring, encouragement, partnership, support, role modeling. They don't have any of that shit. And they grow up to be fucked up individuals like that. And then I look at some of the comments, and the person in there's like said they had good parents and stuff. And yeah. And when I used to be a parent, I liked that job. So I wanted to teach my daughter everything that I could to make her competitive so she'd be strong in life and not fail. And so that she'd know how to get money. Get fucking money. So I taught her responsibility at a young age. So I'm thankful for all these things, you know, and I've had good and bad stuff happen to me in life, and all of them is who I am today. So a lot of people are like, oh, man, I wish I hadn't done that, or wish I hadn't done it. Well, you know what? Then you wouldn't have learned the lessons. You know, I know what it's like at some point to like have no money whatsoever, to be stealing food from grocery stores and living on aid vouchers and hotels that are drug. I've been through some shit, and it helps me be who I am. So I'm thankful for the good and the bad, and learning from it. And now I'm trying to do my best to help people that watch my show for 5.5 years, to teach them information that I find, so then they can go out and make better decisions, so they can get rich and go help somebody. That's the point of the show. My name's Crypto Hulk. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a criminal advisor. I'm not trying to tell you how to get around the law or nothing like that in any of these things that I do here. I don't know anything about finances. Don't buy any crypto or financial stuff I talk about. Don't sell any of it. This is the worst show you could ever imagine for crypto advice or financial advising. 24/7, I take heroin, cocaine, peyote, LSD, just grind it up, snort it, put it in milkshakes and stuff, whatever I got to do. I haven't slept for 5.5 years. And I just constantly pound hardcore drugs through my system. Rookie numbers. Is that motherfucker Stephen Morris again? Oh my God. Rookie. I can say I snort 100 lines of cocaine a day, pop 50 Vicodins. He'll be like, rookie numbers. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Oh, man. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, I am thankful. I'm going to go work out after this, go in a cold plunge, and have some good food with good people. And yeah, that's what I do. Take time to realize. Yeah, just take time out, because you know what? This fucked up life will be right there when I'm done. So it's not going anywhere. All the problems and challenges will still be there. I'm going to take some time to appreciate what I got and who I have on my team, and then get back to life and get back in there and start grinding, because that shit never ends. All right, where do I want to start? Fuck. Well, let's start right here. I'll start with some lightweight news. This is the typical news from all the crypto XRP maxi people. Here, this is going to be their deep dive. Let me show you another channel's deep dive right here. Look at this. This is on every other channel. Bam, there's your deep dive right there. Let's read. New York Times Square turns Ripple Square as Franklin Templeton elevates XRP to icon status. Ripple dominates Times Square in New York as Franklin Templeton hails XRP as a foundational building block for digital portfolios. Hoo-wee. Now, XRP is my biggest holding. I own more XRP than anything else. The value of my XRP is probably 8 times my HBAR. Ripple lights up Times Square as Amani X declares the dawn of the XRP era. Times Square's latest brand takeover has sent shockwaves through the crypto community. Market analyst Amani X, whoever the fuck that is, Times Square just turned into Ripple Square. When the billboards go blue, you know XRP era has begun. The remark comes as institutional interest in Ripple accelerates and market sentiment around XRP strengthens. The towering blue-lit Ripple billboards electrifying Times Square couldn't have arrived at a more pivotal moment. After years of regulatory battles, market volatility, and resurgence, a global interest in blockchain infrastructure, XRP's takeover of one of the most iconic advertising hubs signals far more than marketing hype. Therefore, it marks a clear narrative shift. Ripple is re-entering. They had to take a break. The powers that be, the government, and the top 5 families of the world had to slow down Ripple and people like you and me getting it and buying it. So they hired a guy named Jay Clayton to launch this lawsuit. He's the Republican side of this fucking mess. And then we had the Democrats hiring our friend Gary Gensler, who for 4 years was able to just stop any kind of crypto technology from occurring. All of this was a planned demic. Let us scroll through here really quick. Franklin Templeton declares, now this is very interesting. Global asset manager Franklin Templeton is deepening its digital asset focus, highlighting XRP as pivotal to blockchain-driven investment strategies. Oh, shit. Here you have a web page. Looks like it's Twitter, probably X. I don't even know. You've got what's called EZRP, well, XRPZ. So this is an ETF that Franklin Templeton has out. And it's showing that blockchain innovation is driving fast growing businesses, and digital tokens like XRP serve as powerful incentive mechanisms that bootstrap decentralized networks and align stakeholders. Basically, Franklin Templeton is really going all in on this XRP and Ripple. They see the use case for it, potential use case. And the Times Square, I think, we're starting to see. I'll tell you what, I'm going to click out of the article. That's a deep dive article from some crypto channels. But you got to have some fun sometimes. I understand. What do we got here? Robert Driscoll says, happy birthday. Thanks for paying it forward. Hey, whatever I've done, even when I was being bad, I did my best at it. All the fucking police chases I've been in and shit. Whew, man. When I was younger, much younger. I got one something like when I was like 45. But I've always done my best. So let's go to the next article. Securitize gets, here we go. This is fucking good. Let me do a copy paste. But I never got caught. I'm a wheel man. Get me behind the wheel, I don't get caught. Now, I quit while I was ahead. You always got to quit before you crash and get taken into custody and shit. So I was able to just never get caught. And I think I had a lot of help from my higher power. But I had to stop being bad. And I got to be good. So Securitize gets EU green light. Oh, God, this is so huge. Let me explain to you what's going on. Think of the biggest crypto exchange in the world. Think of the biggest stock exchange in the world. Think of the value of all the derivatives in the world, like $3 to $4 trillion, not a big deal. Think of all that, and then think of Securitize, because this shit just took on a whole new level of huge, UGE, okay? Now, I'm going to try to break this down. You got a company called Securitize. Not a big deal. They're only tokenizing for BlackRock. They're only doing this. They're taking real world assets and turning them into crypto for the world's biggest investment company called BlackRock. That's really not a big deal, Crypto Hulk. Try to impress me more. So with that, the cryptos called Ondo, O-N-D-O, and then Axelar, A-X-E-L-A-R. Now, I told you about Ondo before even Ripple told you. See, when BlackRock was tokenizing with Biddle, I did research. And for about 2 months, I was making statements like Axelar is involved in this with Ripple. No other channel would talk about it. Ondo was 8 cents. I was telling you guys for months, this is all Ripple. They got this thing called Axelar helping them. It wasn't until about 2 months later, Ripple came out of the closet and said, yes, we have this bridge called Axelar, and it's working with Ondo. And then Ondo just skyrocketed, went up to like $1.10 or something, $1.20. And I was like, I was talking about that 2 months ago. And people were accumulating. And then they sold off on Ondo and made 10x on it and then bought it back. That's the kind of investigate. See, I work very hard in this program to find stuff no other channel has, and that gives you an opportunity to invest or not invest and make profits on it. So I'm able to find stuff that no other channel has. Ripple didn't even acknowledge it for like months until after I did. And people are like, oh, Crypto Hulk don't know what he's talking about. Ripple's never said anything about that. Blah, 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 blah. Take a dick up your ass from your boyfriends, plural. Then all of a sudden Ripple comes out and basically says what I've been saying for months, that they're partnershiped in with this with Axelar. And everybody's like, oh shit, Crypto Hulk was right. Well, no shit. Why is that surprising? That's because you're a fucking cocksucker and you barely watch my show. The tokenization firm set to run regulated infrastructure to issue and trade tokenized assets across the US and the EU. What we have going on here is this. This just got massive. Securitize is now going to open up a buying and selling and trading of stocks, bonds, derivatives, cryptos, it's in every fucking thing exchange. In the United States and in Europe. Oh my God. Okay, everything connected to Securitize is going to fucking skyrocket, all right? I'm showing you this. There is no other company that can work on 2 different continents and have an everything financial shop set up. It doesn't need a bank. It's got everything it needs to do everything. It's got securities, stocks, bonds, blah, blah, every fucking thing you can imagine. It's all done. It's all legal. It's all regulated because it's BlackRock. That's why. Ain't shit gonna happen in crypto. See, look, you ain't getting rich. You ain't getting rich in crypto until all the top. Let me say it like this again. At first, we'd have 100 exchanges. Oh, I think CryptoHawk's been saying this for 5 years. At first, we had 100 exchanges where we could buy crypto from. And in the end, we're going to have 10. 10 shops. You know who those shops are going to be? BlackRock, JP Morgan, Citibank, HSBC, Deutsche Bank, Santander. You get my point? It's all the same fucking people. The people at the top are not going to give up their power, and we're just going to have this little DeFi world where you and me, look, there's going to be very few of us to get where we want to go even. Your government's going to shut down your crypto. It's why I got the Anderson Advisors law firm to protect our crypto. If you look down below my show, you'll see their law firm there. You put your crypto in a special trust that they'll design. It's a special crypto halt price. You may have the crypto. It's not how much you buy, it's how much you keep. Do you think the government's going to want you to be a competitor to a bank? No, it's not how this works. That's why I say a lot of us will get the crypto, but not very much. Very few of us will be able to keep it. It's not how much crypto you're out there buying. It's how much can you keep. So we look here at what's going on. Well, BlackRock and ARK Invest, they backed a tokenization specialist called Securitize. Securitize has received, listen to this, full regulatory approval to launch a digital trading and settlement system in the European Union. Oh my God, are you seeing what's going on right now? This is fucking massive news. I don't care if prices go up or down. That's not my fucking concern. I'm buying cheap crypto. The firm plans to roll out a new platform on Avalanche Network. So Avalanche is going to be the one that whenever that time goes, boop, it's going to go skyrocket up, okay? People right now have no idea. So that's why you're able to get into Avalanche for a cheap price, because it's going to be the platform that launches in Europe. All crypto trading. Imagine that. Oh, Crypto Hulk. It's at a cheap price right now. Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't you wait till Avalanche is $500 and then buy it then, okay? We're going to put you on the I'm some kind of fucked up stupid plan. And how much is Avalanche? Let me look. $14. Okay. Why don't just hold off? Don't buy Avalanche at 14. Wait till this shit's like $500. Okay. When is this going to launch? January, February, or March of 2026. Tokenized, here's what the article says. Tokenized assets are projected to become multiple trillion-dollar market as debt equities funds migrate to blockchain. They're telling you right now the future and what's happening. What's happening is I'm showing you America. See, Securitize in America has that ability to buy, sell, swap, have stock, bonds, derivatives, all in crypto form and all that shit. What we're seeing right in front of us is the traditional financial world is transforming right in front of us right here. I'm showing you exactly how it's starting off at the top with BlackRock. Nobody's bigger than them. Securitize is their assistant. They're going to be tokenizing the whole entire world. I'm showing you what cryptos are involved. It's not about chasing a pump. It's about walking out of here with millions of dollars at the end of this fucking game. Now, along the way, if we can pick up some money, that's cool. But get your priorities straight. With the green light from regulators, they've already got the green light. This is totally amazing to see this. Securitize claims the bragging rights to becoming the only firm authorized to operate licensed tokenized securities in both the EU and the United States. Securitize also plans to roll out a new European platform that will run on Avalanche. AVAX, the crypto, AVAX is $15 a piece. Whoo-wee, that is pretty fucking amazing. Network, it's a public blockchain known for fast transaction. The approval connects two of the world's biggest financial markets, United States and Europe, running on AVAX crypto. That will be a fucking huge, that sucker's got to be $500 minimum. Now, here's how they got to instruct the public. Tokenization is the process. So now they've got to teach the public this shit. Now we have a public information campaign. You've got to get the public's minds ready for this change. And that's what they're doing in these articles now. They've got to explain stuff more because this is all going mainstream. See, you and me, we got in early before everybody else. Now, why? Not maybe because we're smarter. It could be. But because we don't believe what the news says. I don't believe what the government says. Crypto's bad, crypto's bad, crypto's bad. All these years we've been hearing that dumb shit, right? But how is it that now the biggest financial companies in the world, who it looks like they've been in crypto the whole time, telling us crypto's bad? It takes 5 to 10 years to build all this shit. That was back when Jamie Dimon's saying Bitcoin's fake and anybody who buys it, Jamie Dimon would fire them for even recommending it. And it all turns out that, see, 5 or 10 years ago, they didn't understand it, supposedly, right? And then crypto was all bad. Well, how did I understand it? And I'm not a financial advisor person. How did I understand all about crypto in about 3 months, way back 5.5 years ago? When COVID hit, I was stuck watching YouTube videos. And it clicked after 3 months. I'm going to start a crypto show because I want to try to help other people to realize we could be rich and these motherfuckers at the top are lying. And all of a sudden now we've got the biggest companies in the world opening up crypto exchanges. Well, I thought it was all bad and for criminals and, right? Remember how it was a threat to national security? All kinds of shit. But all of a sudden now, it's like they're going to want us to buy crypto from them. See how all this happens? That's why I don't care what the news says. You know what I care about? The information I find. I don't give a shit what the government says, the news channels, nobody. I trust me, myself, and I. Those are the ones that I trust. Hold on a minute. So now let me check the comment section because we're going to drill down a little deeper and see what other cryptos are involved here. I've got a prime rib, by the way. I'm going to put it in 500 degrees for 15 minutes, and then drop it down to 2 something for the next 4 hours. It's like a 5 or 6 pound prime rib. I'll have leftovers, of course. El Coco Loco took out a loan for $5,000. There you go. Bought 5 cryptos, paying it off ASAP, starting all over again. Thanks, Hulk. So yeah, most all these cryptos right now, it's like a 50 to 60% off sale. You've got HBAR, used to be 46 or 50 cents at 14 cents. So what you do is when you feel it goes up enough, maybe it goes up, maybe you double, triple your money or whatever. Don't sell too early now back to pay off your loan, but wait to see kind of where it goes. Because look, crypto, whatever the prices dump right now, crypto in order to work has to go up. What are we seeing now? I'm showing you these top banks, these top banks are opening up crypto. They're going to be selling this shit. It's going to be fucking enormous. If you know where this is going, I'm showing you right here. What, BlackRock's going to sell crypto because the prices keep dumping? That's why they're selling. That doesn't make any sense, does it? No, it doesn't, Crypto Hulk. Crypto Hulk, somehow we have prices dumping, and you're reading off how Securitize and BlackRock and shit are going to be controlling the United States and the other stock markets, all that shit, and crypto's dumping. There's something going. They're manipulating something, everybody. I'm showing you right here. This does not. Why would a BlackRock get into something where prices are dumping? I'm not. See, what I do is this. I look at fundamentals. I don't care about the fucking price. We all know prices are manipulated. Metals market, silver, gold. They manipulate all kinds of shit. Okay. What I do as Crypto Hulk is I examine evidence and I put my money into shit that I see makes sense. When I watch, let's go over the evidence here. But yeah, good move on that $5,000 loan. You'll pay that off and you'll have free crypto when this shit goes back to normal. They can only suppress prices for so long, and then you realize, wait a minute, why does every single bank now offer crypto for sale? Blah blah blah. Eventually, one day, flip the switch and the cryptos make you rich. That's how this works. I know how this fucking shit goes. These stupid fucks are not tricking me. No. There's Avalanche at about $15. Let's now look at the deep dive. Securitize is a leading fintech platform specializing in the tokenization. Let me read off to you my highlights. I have notes on this. Very, very high-tech notes that I took last night. Now, if you hear that sound, I'm ripping paper out of a spiral notebook. It doesn't get any better than this. As high-tech as I can get, all right? People are like, what the fuck? He doesn't even put on a computer? Nope, I use a red pen. Securitize in the UE. Here's my notes. I'm going to go over all the highlighted points. And then I'm going to go through the deep dive after that. I want you to see the highlighted stuff. What's going on here is Securitize is tokenizing the real world assets for BlackRock. That's one. Number two, November 26th. So yesterday, Securitize gets regulatory approval in the EU. There's a lot of shit that happened yesterday. SpaceX sent off the Seals Q HBAR Aero Electric Wise Key satellite to stop quantum computer hacks. And also yesterday, Securitize gets regulatory approval in the EU. So they can set up a platform built on Avalanche to buy, sell, swap, trade, stocks, bonds, derivatives, cryptos, everything, every fucking thing. They're going to turn all these stocks, bonds, derivatives all into crypto. My next point, make Securitize the first operator with regulated securities infrastructure in the United States and the EU. Launches early 2026. Combines fintech, blockchain, and traditional finance. You guys, they're taking all the traditional way of trading and putting it all into crypto. This is what I'm showing you right here. Avalanche, Undo, Axelar. Might want to consider. Another crypto that's heavily involved here, there's two more you're going to want to purchase. Plume, Plume. That's at Caleb & Brown. So is Undo. You can buy Axelar at Caleb & Brown. Wormhole, Plume and Wormhole. You can also buy that at Caleb & Brown. Look below my channel. Click on the Caleb & Brown link below the channel. Next, Securitize works with Undo. BNY Mellon is involved in this. America's oldest bank, BNY Mellon, the world's largest crypto custodian. You know who BNY Mellon is working with for custody? Fireblocks. That's my Caleb & Brown link down below. They use Fireblocks as well. No other, they're not using any other solution. There, the platform has been serving 3,000 clients. This Securitize platform. Securitize has tokened over $4 billion in assets, and they're strong partners with BlackRock. It's all regulated. There's no rug pulls here, nothing at all. This is guaranteed you're fucking rich money right here. With the cryptos that I just talked about, it's working with Securitize. They're all government regulated. It's all guaranteed. Securitize, to go through who the board of directors are. Well, more like founders, co-founders. What's interesting at Securitize, it's 31% female and 69% male working at Securitize. I don't know why Grok chose to show us that, but it's what he did. Now, Securitize is also built on Ethereum, Solana, SEI, SEI, Plume, and Plume. This is so massive. They're working with Apollo, Hamilton Lane, KKR, BNY Mellon, as we said before. This is like the biggest in the industry is working right here. I'm showing you the biggest deal in the crypto finance industry. Ondo Finance is mixed up in this, obviously. Jump Crypto Strategic Investment, Athena Labs, Wormhole for cross-chain interoperability. Wormhole's a Ripple partner, by the way. Basically, the cryptos that I'm talking about right now are finance cryptos, let's call it. Payments cryptos, finance cryptos. They're involved with the biggest players in the entire world on this. They're involved with the biggest regulators of stocks, bonds, derivatives, the DTCC, depository, every fucking buddy. This thing, why? Because it's going to have tokenized crypto. It's going to have tokenized stocks, bonds, derivatives, the whole shot. This is everything. This is the biggest financial platform on the planet right here, being created right in front of you. You have an opportunity to buy all these cryptos. You will never see these cryptos as cheap as it is right here. When this thing takes off, it's done. You've missed out. I've gotten pretty much, I don't have Ondo, but I got everything else. What I like to do is this: find the absolute biggest players. I like to watch how they get set up. And then I like to watch what cryptos do they build on to create this world's biggest platform of trading. Then I purchase. I mean, I'm looking now. I don't have Avalanche, but we got the Plume right there. I've got enough. I'm not saying you have to buy all of them, but what I did is probably bought 3 out of 5. Okay. Let's take a look here. I mean, it's all regulated. It's got SEC, FINRA, MICA, Spanish government, everything's fucking good to go. Morgan Stanley's involved Morgan Stanley's throwing money in this shit. BlackRock obviously is throwing money into it. Jump Crypto, ARK Invest, Coinbase Ventures, like the top of the top, everybody. This is like the easiest fucking thing. If you're anybody with any kind of sense, business sense, you'll NTT Data. That's XDC right there. It's a partner of XDC. I mean, and I got that crypto as well. Because you can't have stocks, bonds, derivatives, trading and shit without XDC. That's not going to happen. So the minute you see NTT Data, bam, that's XDC's partner right there. This has Biddle all over it, which is BlackRock. This, if you don't have a loan, you should strongly consider getting a loan. Let me check the comments here. This is not like I'm done with this article because this isn't a used car I need to try to sell. It's been on the lot for 2 months and I need to get rid of it. This is just something that I want you to be aware of, because you could literally just dump all your money into any of the cryptos that I just talked about right there and you'll be rich. This one is like the no-brainer. Like, I don't want to tell you to do this, but you could get, not you, I could tell any of my friends, hey, if you had $5,000, dump it into either XDC, XRP, Ondo, Wormhole, Avalanche, and you'll probably do very well. You'll definitely do well. But let's move on. We got Gordon Logan. Oh, shit. Gordon Logan's here. Hi, Hulk. It's been a long time. Just to say thanks for everything, Boy Joe. Well, Boy Joe, thanks for dropping in, you bloody bloke. I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh, Chris Sharpie got his Plume at... Oh, Plume is also Stuart Lavelle's favorite crypto, by the way. Got my Plume at 17 cents. I don't know what I got. I think Plume is my number 5 or 7 holding. It's hard to say because these cryptos like go up and down at different times. So, but Plume is right up there near the top. XDC is up at the top. Quant. Yeah, Quant. Hoo-wee. I get my allowance for crypto on the first. Okay, where are we at? 10 minutes. You guys are distracting me too much. 10 minutes. Let me see if this is, if I delete this. Okay, click out of that. What do we got here? MoonPay. Oh, shit. Here we go. MoonPay. Ripple Partner MoonPay. I use MoonPay. I like MoonPay. MoonPay. Let's look here real quick. I want you to see what's going on. They're getting all set up. They're getting their exchanges set up. Now you got MoonPay's trying to become a bank and shit, and they're trying to be like Ripple. I want you to see how all this is coming together. MoonPay is granted a New York trust charter joining Coinbase and Ripple. Crypto payments firm MoonPay has gained regulatory approval in New York to safeguard customers' crypto. That means be a custodial agent, everybody. This is getting big now. They're moving from crypto payments to custody. And now, you know, if they get if they get approval in New York, that's pretty amazing because they're so fucking democratic communist there. They hate crypto. So MoonPay, you must have had to bribe these motherfuckers billions to get this done. That's how it works. MoonPay gained regulatory approval to safeguard digital assets in New York. Oh, really? Did they? Hold on a sec. Yeah, I heard about the Uphold and Stronghold thing. It's going to be good. All right. The charter will also allow the company to provide over-the-counter trades. MoonPay and MasterCard teamed up on stablecoin payments in May. Crypto payments firm MoonPay has gained regulatory approval to safeguard customer assets after receiving a New York trust charter on Tuesday. This happened. In addition to being able to hold digital assets on customers' behalf, the companies, so now MoonPay looks like it's not going to just, okay, if I wanted to put money on MetaMask, I go to my MoonPay account and send the money to MetaMask. That's really all that MoonPay was doing before. Now it's a whole new deal. Not only are they sending payments, they're holding crypto custody. That's massive right there, okay? In addition to being able to hold digital assets, the company said the charter will also allow it to facilitate over-the-counter trades. Are you hearing me? Okay, so this is so massive. MoonPay goes from being just making payments. Like I would send money from my Wells Fargo to MoonPay. MoonPay would then take that money and put it into MetaMask. That's all they would do before. Now they can store custody. Now they can make trades, buy and sell. Now they can kind of compete against MetaMask is basically what's going on. And probably do it better. You want to know why? Because I'll bet you MoonPay is using BNY Mellon for custody, and that's better than the custody inside MetaMask. So what is, and who does BNY Mellon use? They're using Fireblocks, and that's, Ripple uses BNY Mellon, which uses Fireblocks. See where all this is going? A payment company now turns into buying and selling and storing crypto and payments, like in everything. So in addition, now this is very interesting here. In addition to being able to hold crypto on a customer's behalf, MoonPay said the charter will also allow it to facilitate over-the-counter trades, which occur directly between two parties, as opposed to taking place on a central exchange. MoonPay now is going to be acting like an exchange, a bank, a custody provider, pretty much everything you need. Look at the competition now. It's going to be that Coinbase has and all the Uniswaps have and all these. There's competition because now everybody, all these payment companies are going to start becoming exchanges and banks. The milestone reflects the company's commitment to Wall Street grade compliance. Oh, and security. Co-founder and CEO Ivan Soto-Wright said in a statement. Let's hear what the CEO of MoonPay says. It enables us to deepen relationships with global financial institutions, expand our regulated service offerings, and continue bridging traditional and digital finance. MoonPay compliance officer said that its first products enabled by the New York Trust Charter are in the works. MoonPay Trust gives us the regulatory foundation to offer custody and over-the-counter trading. Oh my God. They're acting like a crypto exchange. And they're a payments company, which Coinbase is not yet, which they will be. While the products aren't ready for launch yet, development is well underway to ensure they meet the highest standards for security, compliance, institutional grade. Wow. Paxos, known then as ItBit, became the first crypto native firm to secure a New York Trust Charter over a decade ago. These companies are regulated by the New York Department of Finance, which also regulates crypto firms under its BIT license regime. Only a limited number of companies have secured a BIT license and New York Trust Charter, including Coinbase, PayPal, and Ripple, and New York Dig, NY Dig, a Bitcoin-based financial services firm. So we're talking like 5. That's it. You only got 5 people. Anchorage Digital became the first federally chartered digital asset bank in 2021. Listen to this. Citibank's coming right in. Experts say the legislation passed this summer, like the Genius Act, could unlock competition from the likes of Citibank. Oh, man, they're waiting to jump in on this. So I want you to see, we're going to close with this, okay? Brian C., happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for all you do. Right on, man. Josh Walters, thanks, Hulk. Right on, Josh. Appreciate the tax-free. Got the Gordon Logan in there. Okay. Yeah, AJ Singh is saying, I signed up with MoonPay, but the coin selection's not good. Hope that, yeah, they haven't even really started, man. They just got this new license right now. So what you're looking at is they don't have much. The news just broke today that they got permission. So, give it a week or 2 and they'll expand. What I'm seeing is this to close the show. On a global scale, let's go to the first article. In the first article, we've got the biggest trading house in the entire world, BlackRock, hooked up with Securitize. I gave you 3-4 cryptos that they're being built on. They got control over Europe and the United States as the first all-in-one stocks, bonds, derivatives, crypto, this, that, all of it for sale. This comes after at least 10 years of telling us crypto's all bad. That's why if you watch my program, I don't give a shit about what the price is. Look at my fundamental news that I'm showing you. That's how I invest. I look at what are they doing, not what they're telling me. See, I do all the research. I spend a lot of fucking time. It can take me 2 hours to put a show like this together because I've got to investigate and verify. First, I got to try to find news that's interesting, but I want to find news that shows you guys how is all this coming together? What companies are leading and what cryptos are they using? These are things that I try to put together. So when you watch this show, you see the biggest fucking players in the industry, and Crypto Hulk, show me what cryptos they're doing it with. That's what I do. Okay. We'll show stocks. We'll have companies they can invest in on this program, like stocks. I'll show you I'll show you what stocks are involved in what crypto. And if you want to go to NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange and buy these or not buy them, it's all up to you. But I try to show you all the direct connections to make it easy, where you can say, okay, this Arrow Electronics is supplying parts, hardware, so that SEALSQ can get this quantum fix, this quantum chip, put it in satellites from WiseKey and WiseSat and send it up with SpaceX into the planets and help the Department of Defense protect the United States and the whole world. That is the first part of what we went over today. And this next part here, I'm just showing you simple payment platforms are now becoming custody and crypto sales, buy, sell, swaps, just like an exchange would. But they're probably, look at this with MoonPay. The difference with this is you can have Coinbase, but Coinbase is not a payments company yet. Coinbase isn't like, see, MoonPay is going to have cryptos. You see them buy, sell, swap. They're going to custody it all. I would trust a MoonPay custody over a Coinbase. But what's better, even I think about MoonPay, is you can't pay with Coinbase that I'm aware of. I don't think they're a payments company just yet, whereas MoonPay's ready to go. I could buy, sell, swap, crypto, boom, then pay you. You can't do that with Coinbase. You'd have to get your wallet address or something. But MoonPay is a payments company. I can pay bills with it. I can go off and pay my electrical bills and everything by using MoonPay. You can't do that with Coinbase. So what we're seeing here is now, but look, BlackRock's partnered up with Coinbase. So they're going to have their little niche area. Look, all these rich people, so there's only so much room. So they're going to have to fight for positions on things. I just want to show you this. See all the progress that's happening right now? Does it make sense for crypto prices to dump? No. That's how you know they've got to be using private ledgers so we don't see this stuff. They're tokenizing and doing all. There's no fucking way you got HBAR in a world like today for 14 cents. That's not fucking possible. There's something is not right. I know, I can feel it. I just don't know what it is. So what do? I look at fundamentals and I invest based on fundamentals. I don't care what. The other day, crypto went up 300%. I don't give a fuck about that shit. It doesn't matter. And it dropped just as fast. So it's kind of like, I don't care about that shit. If we can create pumps that do that and we can get in on it early, that's great. But I'm not trying to chase pumps. That's how you get wrecked. Oh, this one's up 50%. Let's get into that. And then it just dumps. Like, I'm not trying to do all that. Like, if I can create those pumps, that's awesome. Let's do it. But if not, I don't fucking care, honestly. I look at fundamental news. I'm getting my cryptos as cheap as they can be. On the first of the month, I go shopping, and that's just how it is. So Tangem uses MoonPay if I purchase from the app. Uphold card, you can swipe and use crypto to pay. So this is what we're seeing. I don't have any fears. Like, it kind of sounds bad, but I don't mind if the prices are cheap now. I'm just buying this shit, man. It's so fucking cheap. I'm stacking up my cryptos. The dollar amount has dumped, but my crypto amounts are getting massive. So it's like, in a way, I'm fine with that. I'm still getting some money, and then I get the cryptos for 60% off. So I'm actually getting double, because when this crypto goes back to where it should be, my account at Kalen Brown's probably going to triple. And I'll be like, oh shit. Like, springtime or something, I'll probably have 3 times the amount in that Caleb Brown account. So I'm just accumulating now. Like I'm not complaining. I'm getting, like, I'm showing on my program what the biggest organizations in the world are setting up, and I'm showing you what crypto they're using to set up. And these cryptos, most all of them are relatively super fucking welfare cheap, except, AVAX is $15. Quant is like, what, $90 or something like that. I'm not sure what I'm going to get on the first of the month. I'm not sure what cryptos I want to get. It's tempting, and there's so many good ones, and everything is fucking discounted. I'm like, oh my God, this is good. So it's a tough call. It's almost like there's so much good shit, and it's all cheap, and you're like, oh God, which ones do I pick? It's kind of like that. If you're new in crypto, consider getting a loan, because this shit is not going to be this cheap, and you can basically have your crypto for free. When all this shit bumps up, sell it all off, sell off that loan, and you got all your crypto for free. It's like that, really. I'm seeing these prices. Like, that's what I did. When I got into crypto, when XRP was 15 cents, I took out a loan. I'm not going to tell you for how much, but it was well over $7,000. And I took out a loan and just bought whatever I bought of XRP and stopped buying it when it hit about 28 cents. Then it took me about a year to pay that off or whatever, maybe a little more. I'm fine with that. Because right now, my XRP that I have is worth 10 times what I put in. Oh, shit. So, yeah. If you think I can't tell you to get a loan, but if you think you got to get one, get one. Because if all the prices were to go up, you're priced out. You're done. You're brand new to crypto, and now HBAR is at 40, 50 cents, let's say. Like right now, it's 14 cents. You can buy it at 14 cents. And these other cryptos. But when HBAR really goes back to where it should be, I'm just using HBAR. I've got 20 different cryptos at Caleb Brown. All of them are good, but I just use HBAR for the sake of it. Right now, HBAR is 14 cents. When it goes back to what it really should be, it should be about 70 cents. That's where it should be. Because it used to be like at 45, 50. Then we had this big dump and shit. But when it goes back, it's going to go up more because that's what it should be. It should have kept going up, up, up and not going down, down, down. I wouldn't be surprised if HBAR ends up at 70 cents. Guess what? You could have got it at 14 cents. But you didn't want to take a loan. So now you're going to pay 70 cents for what you could have paid 14 for. And then you could have sold that loan back and basically got half your crypto for free and not cost you one dime. That's your choice. You don't have to. You could just pay full price later. That's up to you. But how I did it, I just got that fucking loan. I don't care about paying 18% or 23% a year interest. I don't fucking care because that crypto is going to make me millions. What do I care about paying $200 in interest when I'm going to make $2, $3, $10 million? Like that shit. People like that stay broke. That's how that works. So what you do is this. You figure out how much can you afford every month? $75, $100 a month. Then you get a loan, let's say, for $2,000, and you still pay that $100 a month. You still keep paying the same amount, but the difference is you're getting 2 to 3 times more crypto. Right now, you can buy a HBAR for 14 cents. You get a loan, you're still paying your $100 a month that you've always been paying, but now you spend $2,000 and you buy a fuck ton of HBAR, and when that shit goes to 70 cents, you went from having HBARs that are worth 14 cents to 70 cents. Now you take 25% of your crypto and HBAR, sell it off, your loan's paid off, and now you got that shit for free. Just saying. I guess that'll be it. I don't know if I'm going to... I don't know if I'm going to make a PM show tonight. Thanksgiving PM. We'll see. I probably won't, but you just never know. But in any regards, I'll definitely what is tomorrow? Saturday? No, Thursday. Friday morning's tomorrow. So if anything, it'll probably be Friday morning. But you never know. But anyhow, I'll see you guys in the next one.